Soul Sessions. Soul Sessions. Yeah. Soul Sessions. We got this Soul Sessions.
Kia ora, whakalofalahi atu, kamna Māori and welcome to Soul Sessions, a show exploring Pacific gospel through Kiwi musicians. Today we have a young artist who won the Smoke Free Tangata Beats Best Vocalist in 2018. At the Smoke Free Rock Quest, she won the ZM People's Choice Award and the Vocal Award in 2019. She's currently studying a Bachelor of Music, majoring in pop music at the University of Auckland. Now let's check out a clip performed with her mates from high school, 7/8 District, who took out the 2019 National Smoke Free Tangata Beats competition in New Zealand. Here's Vieni e Bala featuring Salika Isaiah.
Your worries and problems at the door. Shake 'em hips, make your way to the dance floor. Let them watch us while just groove along. Guaranteed that you won't forget the song. Let us sing your stress vibes away. 7/8 District, let me hear you say, Vieni e balla, Vieni e balla. Kom nu och dance med mig. I want
Joining us in studio, Selika Isaiah. How are you? Welcome.
I'm good, thank you.
How's your summer been?
It's been quite busy, hot, but it's pretty good so far.
I love that track that you did with 7/8 District. You guys all got together from high school. How did you come up with that name and that funky neo-funk sound? I love it.
So the vibe of the whole song was solely the band, and they kind of just played around with a few chords and threw it in. I came up and I said, this song sounds like a dance song. So I said, how about we throw in a different language? So we went on trusty old Google Translator, Italian, English to Italian. We typed in "come and dance," and it came up with Vieni Balla. So we started to go with that, and we incorporated it into our chorus, and we made it a vibe. And so yeah,
that's so cool. Because when I was watching it, I heard English, and then I heard a bit of Samoan, a bit of Tongan, and then the name. I was like, how did you throw all that together?
So part of the criteria in Smoke Free Tangata Beats, you have to incorporate island, like something that's to do with the islands or with culture and things like that. So we actually had a member in our group who was Danish. She was a transfer student, and so we wanted her to feel part of the group, so we had put Danish in there as well. And and then we mixed up Tongan because there was Tongan people in our group, Samoan people as well. We had in another song that we wrote, we also incorporated Cook Island, just so that it can be more universal, something like that, yeah.
And it really came out like that. It really captured the whole life of the song. You guys were having a really good time.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit about your background and your culture.
So I am of full Samoan descent. My mum is a Fastotai. My dad is Satui Malufi Lufi. And I guess growing up, we were that strict church island family. That's where my love for music came from as well, as my dad being choir leader. And just growing up, we were traditional, but not too traditional. We were a little bit free as well. It was based in church faith, and right now, that's why I am faith-driven and family-driven in everything that I do. So I thank God for it, and I thank God for my family and my parents as well.
And for you as an artist, how do you weave your culture into your music? Like, do you think about writing it into your lyrics, or does it just naturally come out how you feel comfortable?
Writing music, songwriting, I have this process where I come up with chord progressions, and I just play the chord progressions. And I think whatever vibe I get from those chord progressions, I form lyrics to it. And with my goal for every music or every song that I write is that I want it to carry a purpose or a meaning, or to help somebody who thinks they're alone or who thinks that it's only them feeling this kind of way. And so for my culture to be involved in that, it's all built from alofa, because love. Samoans were built from love and respect. I like to incorporate that in my lyrics so that I don't offend anyone, or I make it general so that it can relate to anyone. And based off love as well, yeah.
Thank you. Well, we really want to check out more of your music. So here is the next song, Mad Men, performed by Selika Isaiah.
You set me adrift like a lantern in the night, where the world will see me, but they won't feel me. This fire within burned brighter than the stars, pleading for you to heal my wound. Oh, how nice it would have been if the world had heard my plea. My daddy could hold my hand on our first ever daddy-daughter dance. Oh, how nice it would have been if you could understand. Mama could wrap me tight and walk me through the night. Oh, help me, I don't know what I did. These mad men have taken all I have. Help me, can't you feel my pain? These mad men have taken all I have. made men have taken all I had. Help me, can't you feel my pain? These made men have taken all I had.
That was Mad Men, written and performed by Salika Isaiah. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to do a bit more of a hanuchu now, which is Rotuman for Talanoa. Let's have a conversation.
Sweet.
That song you performed at 17 years old, and in the first couple of days it racked up over 300,000 views on
Yes.
RNZ Music's Facebook. Wow. How did you feel?
Unexpected. So we just went in for an interview, humble live performance as well. Didn't think much of it, as you can tell by the video clip with my messy hair and untouched face. But yes, didn't think much of it. But the lyrics of the song really seemed to captivate such a big audience, and it kind of related to them as well. So I'm just truly grateful, and always glory to God for His blessings and for making that video go viral the way it did. So,
Let's talk about the story. Do you want to share what Mad Men is about?
Yeah. So this song was written on our dining table. With my small little piano, and my mum, I just finished making my mum a cup of tea, and she just sat there, and I was just playing, and like I usually just play with the piano, whatever chords come up, and I was playing, and I went to look at the TV, and it kind of came up with a headline saying Trump was taking children away, refugee children away from their parents, like splitting them up, and I just thought, why not give these kids a voice? Like, most of them aren't even old enough to speak, and yet this is happening, and they're enduring so much pain. I couldn't imagine what pain they were feeling, but I wanted to try my best to put it into words and to sing it and make it an anthem for them. So this song was based off a 5-year-old girl who died with her parents due to starvation and disease. And this was her call out for help and something for her to spread awareness and maybe prevent something like that from happening in the future and things
I
like
think
that.
it really resonated with a lot of New Zealanders.
Yeah.
I mean, 300,000 views for a 17-year-old singing her own song. Congratulations. Because I have to talk about your voice, because some parts of that song, I was like, you're sounding like Jennifer Hudson, girl. Like, wow.
Well, that was Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, tell me, like, how are you learning your vocal techniques? Do you do training?
I got training for the last 3 years of high school on my voice, thanks to Mama Hannah and Miss O'Neill for also organising everything for us and just wanting the best of our potential to be shown. But solely started singing in church and grew up singing in church, and I think when you grow up singing in church and you sing those gospel songs and stuff like that, you tend to practice your emotional expression with the audience and with the lyrics that you're singing. So for me, every song I sing, I read the lyrics beforehand, and I find out what it means to me, and then I connect to it emotionally, and then I am comfortable enough to showcase it and things like that. So my vocals and stuff, it just came from church. And Jennifer Hudson, I do look up to her.
Yeah.
I won't lie, I do look up to Jennifer Hudson. Her technique is amazing. And Beyonce's song, Check Up On It, was my favorite song growing up, and it was a song I vibed to. But yeah, those are my
Awesome.
little
And I love
inspirations.
how you're talking about using your church roots to sing your gospel music. Has that weaved into your writing now, or is it a natural thing that occurs? Like, do you say, okay, I'm going to do gospel music and then I'm going to write about something else? Or...
For songwriting, it's natural. So whatever comes to me, whatever I feel like connects more to those that melody and things like that,
Okay.
that's what I would write about. But I have written a gospel music that I performed for my finals last year, and it was my first ever gospel music, and it's called Pull Me Close. I haven't released it or anything. It's just it's just sitting there.
Have to wait for that to
Yeah.
come out. We've got some quick fire faith questions now, so whatever
Sweet.
comes off the top of your head. If you could collaborate with any gospel artist, who would it be?
Tamela Man.
Okay. Harp or horn?
Horn.
Because?
I just like the sound of the horn and brass.
What's your most memorable Sunday school song?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Did you do it in Samoan too?
O siau malama lama lai titi o te whasulupe.
All right, what's your favorite Pacific gospel song?
Ooh, I haven't really thought about this. Ofo, ngia oe, beshmai e ofo. I forgot who sings it. And another song is Ifo mai alo ao, se o fa pale na oe. Yeah.
Beautiful. If you could be any biblical character, who would it be and why?
I think it would be David. Yeah, because I like how he defeated Goliath.
As a youngster
As
too.
a youngster too, yeah.
And he needed
And I just
5
liked
stones.
how he was like a young kid and everybody doubted him and things like that, but he truly showed it with the power of God. And I think it speaks through with no matter what age you are, no matter who you are, what you do and stuff, God will still find a way to use you. So it's kind of, yeah.
Cool. My current gospel playlist includes...
Jonathan McReynolds, No Grey, You're Bigger by Jacqueline Carr. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can think of.
We're going on a trip to the Holy Lands. Where shall we visit first?
Holy Lands, do you mean by like Jerusalem and things like that?
Whatever you think. Where you want to go?
Jesus' grave, where they buried him, the tomb. And it's, yeah, I would love to go there just to, I don't know, feel more connected to it.
All right, girlfriend, we got a soul session coming up. What are we going to sing today?
We're going to sing Beselima from Ifakasa Songbook, Le Ali Ie Le Atuai. Sweet.
Soul Sessions, yeah, yeah. Soul Sessions. We got this Soul Sessions.
Sessions with Silika Isaiah. Tell me, who's your brother on the guitar here?
My brother here is Ozarius Tuua, and yeah, we went to school together and we've become family.
Love having you guys on the show. Where can our audience find you?
Instagram, my name is Silika Isaiah. Facebook, my name is Silika Isaiah. And YouTube, my name is Silika Isaiah. It's just simple, guys.
You got it. Hey, thank you all for tuning in today's Soul Sessions. Woo!